Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Wednesday morning, hump day here in the Florida Panhandle. Let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and a hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, only 88, low 73, and water temperature is hanging in there at 88 degrees. Got a little bit of cooling off for the weekend. It's sort of going to be interesting to see and to be around it. Okay, let's take a look at our tides of our river readings brought to you by Panama City Coca-Cola. We're looking at both rivers just like yesterday, a mirror reflection of yesterday's reading. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown 4.1 and Falden, the Choctaw at Carabel 1.7 and Calden. That's brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. Now let's take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We got decent tides today. We got 10:08 is a high tide going out to about 6:31, and then really it's a good tide today compared to the next 3 or 4 days because we're going into a weekend of neat tides, not much going on. Our wind direction will be coming out of the west-northwest at about, again, just like yesterday, again at 9 to 10. So a little bit of a breeze, which we've been blessed with some pretty good breezes for the summer as a whole. We've talked about it before, good breezes. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We ended the show yesterday. I talked about the water temperature, and we want to take a really good close look at it. And so I had some charts. I got started on it, but we'll finish up. Let's start off with it now. The big thing, I showed this one here. This is just the sea surface temperature. This is about a week or two ago, but you can see just the intensity of it. And I move this one too. This is just a little bit later. Again, you're always looking up around the Panhandle. I always thought it fascinating. Look at it right there, the Florida-Alabama state line. That's just a little cool spot. It actually goes, if you look close now, it goes down not just on the Escambia Bay, but hits Choctawhatchee Bay. And that's the only, if you look at the whole Gulf Coast, all the way down to Florida, with the exception of Texas, that's the only spot there. So that's interesting for folks in the western viewing area. And then this one here, this is just an average, what it does average, it's different color. But again, that body of coolness, this was 2 weeks ago. This is another satellite really, another image there, but you still see a little cool snap. Anyway, but here's one I wanted to show you. We talk about this each year. I do St. George Island chart. One thing because it's a good one to find. They've kept a good record of this since 1984. Okay, so here we are. Okay, today's date is September 13th, so here we go. The peak, of course, look at the bottom there. The peak, of course, July, August, so here we are. The peak is hitting in August, so September. I'm going to go, here's September, right here in the center. Okay, that's center. See when September starts, how it starts going down? It's a big drop in September. Right there in the center of the screen is September. And then October right next to it, and then of course November, December. But you see that it really starts descending. And that's just critical in fishing. I talk about it every year. I just want to show it to you because we're right now in the middle of it. September and October are 2 great months, especially the last 2 weeks of September. So if you've been thinking about getting ready to go surf fishing, now's the time to start getting ready to go surf fishing. So and I'm definitely going to do more of it this year. I've done the last couple of years. I used to do a bunch of it. It's slacked off now. I'm going to gear back up and hit it hard. So anyway, I want to share that with you. And here's a better close-up of the pink flamingo in Port St. Joe. Now you can see the color. I sort of had another picture and sent to me, and here it is. And they've named this flamingo Jimmy Buffett. So I thought that's because it happened. They started seeing it when Jimmy Buffett passed away. So in honor of Jimmy Buffett, they named the flamingo after him. So. This is a big catch here. I just want to shout out to Captain Caleb Pitts. I've known Pitt family a long time. Look at a mess of fish that his crew caught the other day on a trip. Captain Caleb Pitts, good fisherman right there. let's see, I want to cover this real quick. Wesley Stone was in my class. His brother-in-law is Greg Gladden. So he's fishing with his brother-in-law. Folks, we've talked about tarpon all summer. Is this not a fine tarpon? Isn't that fun? Those boys are in their 20s, maybe late, mid-20s. And I know Greg is a captain now. Look at this catch. Look at Bull Red. Did they not have a fine trip? Greg, he listened to me in class. I told him I always wrap up. And he's doing a good job of sun protection right there. There's Wes doing the same thing. Nice redfish, Wes. And then, while we're talking about our young captains, how about Matt Smith? Y'all know Captain Matt, been on the show a bunch. You know you're fishing in the Panhandle when a 3-foot alligator gar swims by the boat with a Jack Crevalle you just released minutes earlier. So check that out. That's a big old gar, and Matt had released a Jack Crevalle. Is that not nature at its finest? Okay, all right. A couple of good pictures there of local guys and local things going on, and I just want to share those with you. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, well, welcome back. We've got this video coming up, and it's the scalloping trip. The five, 6 couples go every year, once a year. We spend a week down there, and they rent a house right there on the bay, and Gail and I stay at our place, but we spend the whole day and half the night together. It's a fun time, an enjoyable time. I shot some video. I didn't get a lot of actual footage of us getting, but just the things that go on around the trips and all, and this was a daily occurrence. We went like 5 days in a row. We just had a wonderful time. So we're gonna watch this video, and then we're gonna come back with another segment. So Jeff, let's roll it. All right, here we are at the house. Got the boats in the driveway, hooking up for the morning. Billy Perry on the boat. Hey. Carl Andrews doing the heavy work.
Good morning, Panhandle viewers. This is our first day scalloping.
I know it. We are excited.
We've had 2 days bad weather, so today's the day.
That's right. We're going to be going in Billy's boat, which is going to be ideal. The girls are back at the other house, so we're going to pick them up on the dock. Actually, we got 2 boats. Actually, we got 3 because mine's back up that way, but we only need 1 this morning. All right.
Undo this thing once we get down.
Okay, I got it. We're going out and they coming in. It's coming. All right. Ain't that many out here in the parking lot today. All right, the crew stayed in that blue house up there on the bay. But look at here how far we gotta walk to the end of the dock. All right, loading up.
All right, y'all got any kind of bet? Who's gonna clean the scallops? One with the least amount helping clean them?
We at least hope we find a few.
All right, here's the crew. All right, time out. Okay. All right, listen, we got to introduce yourself. Everybody introduce themselves. Gail Chester. Wave, everybody.
Lynn Brudnick.
Perry. Earl Andrews.
Darylyn Andrews. Laura Perry.
Laura. And then we saved the worst for last.
Kenny Stabler.
All right, that's our crew today.
Come out because
All right. Everybody getting ready.
shake it up. It's baby shampoo and
Whoa, it's over his head.
Keep moving, D.
Okay, see how deep it is. You found one yet? Why's it taking so long?
Only 8 hours of work. All right. Did you do that?
Yeah, let me video. Let Chester get in them. We'll actually get in a picture, sit on that end of the camera.
Did you really?
I really did. I got my orange stuff on the top. Whose phone are we
All right.
using? Oh, you're doing video.
That's where chatting.
Well, how are we gonna?
Get right here, Lynn.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Billy.
Put your water down and get over here. Bill.
What about
You rolling?
Can
They
you
keep pushing me to the back.
come over here, honey, by
I
Greg?
don't have a shirt on, so let me get
Can you stand behind?
Let me get right here by
Can you
her.
see all
No,
the?
I don't have a shirt on.
Is it not too high contrast?
Okay. All right, folks, we just got back. We've been out there a couple hours. We didn't get as many as we got last year, but we sure had lots of fun, just like we did last year. So I'm going to let each one of them give a comment. Greg, what was your comment on it?
Well, this was a practice run. You know, it was windy today. We did get a lot of selects. We did a good job, and I'm sure that there weren't that many people that that did any better than we did today, because it was kind of tough sledding, but it's just a practice run.
And these are quality. Look how big they are.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Carl, Billy?
Well, I threw all my little ones back. Those big ones are the ones that I kept.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
The FWC was trying to get Carl, but we kept him hid.
yeah. We kept his head under the water.
And I was a pace car today. I had to get things started.
That's it. Yeah.
He did. He dug them out.
Did a fine job today.
Well, did we all have a good time?
It
Yeah,
was wonderful.
yes.
Everybody smiled, everybody happy?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Great
good.
friend. It was a good day.
Nobody got seasick or sunburned.
No,
That's right.
and now we got to clean them.
Okay, you see who's all doing all the work now. The rest of them sitting back there watching us. Seriously, everybody's doing a job at the end of the Solomon trip. But what gets me is quality. This is toward the end of the season, scallops. Greg, they're big on it, buddy.
These are nice.
These are nice.
Yes, all we picked was select. They didn't want to get any little things, so,
Every time that be.
yeah.
Much more fun to clean.
This one really almost looks like a scallop from the Gulf. Look at the size.
Really, they do.
That is, look at that.
You don't get as many at the end of the year, but you get a lot more quality.
Really nice. I need a hatchet to get this one out. It's really good.
All right, Miss Gail, your comment. Everybody else had something to say. She run me off. I was gonna clean, but she said I was too slow to get out of the way.
It was a lot of fun, and we'll have them cleaned in no time.
And some of them are for supper tonight.
Look at the size of that.
Quality, quality.
Greg, what are you gonna cook for supper tonight?
I think that we've got to fill in for Bill Allen, and we're going to do a low country boil. We got shrimp and sausage and potatoes and shrimp and corn.
But what are we gonna do with some of these scallops?
And I'm going to make ceviche with the scallops. I already got all the stuff ready upstairs, and we just need to put the ceviche, put the scallops in the mixture.
Bill and Donna, we're sorry y'all couldn't be here, but somebody had to work and earn a living. See y'all tomorrow. Now, they talked about that they were the only ones cleaning the scallops and everybody else was just messing around, but you can see this is actually a technique. We have washers, we have scallopers, and then we got cleaner uppers. But you can see it's
We got a good cameraman.
They-
He just
got a procedure.
needs somebody to film him now.
Me and Mr. Bill built a clothesline to hang the clothes and what we could on, and everybody has a list of stuff they have to bring, so they bring tables and chairs and scallop cleaning stuff, so to make it happen.
So fat, it just leans
That's not
over.
that big a shell, is
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Folks, look how big that is.
Look.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
And that's just the size of the shell. It's normal size for these. Amazing.
That's like a gulp, like you said, Greg. That's like a
That's
gulp.
amazing.
How much like you?
Okay, I want to talk about this. This is a special made scallop cleaning table by Carl Andrews. And but I want you to look at the quality. Look at the wood on it. And look, we got a bucket underneath it. You see what we're doing right here? This is after years of research. You heard of R&D? Okay, this is research and development by Carl Andrews. This is a perfect cleaning table for scallops.
Now what we do is we got a wooden plug down here on the floor. We put the plug in it, pour the scallops out so they don't fall into the bucket. Then we take the plug out and start cleaning. When you get through, the top comes off and you just take the bucket and dispose of the scallop shells.
How do you think of doing this, Carl?
Well, he uses it in the off season.
I
The
can't-
Cubs go, he just puts beer.
I can't reveal that information.
Okay. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. That's just a lot of fun. Before we get back to it, let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at one time, looking at 10:49 to 12:49, smack dab in the middle of the day. On a trip like that, it's just, I want to just spend a minute or two talking about, we always talk about enjoying the outdoors in all different segments. I know a lot of us enjoy things with our family, doing outdoor things with families, you know, kids, grandkids, and folks, and then you have neighbors and friends. But when you have a group of friends that share the same passion you do, and they do over scallop, and we've been friends a long time, but really the last 4 or 5 years, here's a couple, Billy and Laura Perry, Greg and Lynn Brudnick, Carl and Daryl and Andrews, Gus and Patty Butcher, because Bill and Donna Allen did not get to go this year because Bill came down with COVID, and we missed them a whole bunch. But the thing about it, we'd have a breakfast there, and then we just spent most of the day scalloping at about 2 or 3 o'clock. Then you see, we just cleaned them, and then ran home and showered and cleaned up and came back to the house, and then just had a big supper there. And each particular night, a couple would do their specialty. So you can imagine how well we ate, but just the camaraderie, the friendship, and it was just, we all just loved being around each other. It was just a special time to us, and Gail and I look forward to that trip every year. I would encourage you to get together with some friends and do some outdoor things that, find that group of friends that just love the same thing you do, and spend some quality time with them, and we fat sure did. And they're just great guys and girls. The guys sometimes get over there together, and then the girls will get over there together, and then sometimes we'd all get back together. And I just wanted to share with you what a great time we had. And they're outdoors girls and guys. They love getting in the water, and Gail certainly enjoys getting in the water. And the girls are really good at this scalloping now. So I just wanted to share that with you. And we laugh so much. And Greg Brudnick, I tell people, he could be a stand-up comedian. He is one of the funniest guys ever been around. He keeps us entertained a lot. And Billy Perry, Billy Perry was my middle linebacker. I was a linebacker coach back in the 70s. And Billy Perry, he's an engineer now, Auburn grad. He was middle linebacker at 168 pounds. Can you imagine being a middle linebacker at Mosley High School at 168 pounds? That shows how tough he was. Carl Andrews was a heck of a ball player. So anyway, let's move on. I just want to share that with you. We don't forget early duck season this weekend. So I know some folks that are going and are prepared to do that. I want to give a shout out. Also, let's talk a minute about scallops. I have some more pictures. While we're sort of wrapping up the scallop season, we probably won't be going back, although Wendy wants to go one more time. But I tell you what, you saw how slim pickings it is. We're going to have to do something about scallops. We as outdoors people. I've talked to all kind of people that have gone a lot like I have, and we've all agreed we're in trouble. There are all kind of possibilities of things we can do. They can close. We, FWC, encourage them to. I think they're going to they got to listen to us. And by the way, when they have the local meeting here in this area, we all need to go there and just line up and talk about scallops and about the scallop season. And we can all come up with different opinions and all, but we need to talk about it because we're definitely in trouble. we can just cut the season. They can just cut the season off a year or two, let them replenish. I've heard there's a school of thought for that. A guy told me this yesterday, and it's not a bad idea. Lower the limit, from 2 gallons to 1 gallon. Cut the limit in half. That's a possibility there. Just have a large closed area, and we know where that area should be. We couldn't find the one this year where the area was closed because we had some small ones. I was just going to toss them in it. But we couldn't find any signs, and there's no channel markers up or anything in St. Joe Bay. It's weird, but which is fine with me because I know where the channels are, but a lot of these other folks don't know where the channels are. They have electronics and all, but they're some of them still get in trouble. So anyway, all kinds of things we can do. I put up, we need, as viewers, to be active in this. So if you have some ideas, the life cycle is that year-long life cycle. I know there's a group of people called scallop sitters, and here in St. Andrew Bay and also down in St. Joe Bay. If you're one of those scallop sitters, touch base with me, and I'd like to get some of y'all on the show and talk about it because, that's when you keep them at the end of your dock or out there in that water and you check on them on a regular basis. And it's going to take a combined, concerted effort by us as outdoors people to help out on this, and the FWC can't do it alone, but we do have to come up with some more regulations. We've gone from 12 weeks season to a 5-week season, but folks, that opening weekend, you saw the first video did, the number of boats are just, look around, it's astonishing, that number of boats out there. And you can't blame them because we all want to do the same thing. So we're going to definitely have to cut the season down. That's another option, cut it down to a 2-week season. And somebody said, well, maybe just let the Panhandle Outdoor viewers do it, but we can't do that. We've got to open it to everybody. So anyway, got to wrap up. I got a lot more stuff, and I'll show you tomorrow some more of this stuff. Actually, tomorrow, Steve Shea will be coming on as our guest. A lot of folks like Steve. He's got some more good information for us. So wrapping it up, thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. You have a great day, and do something good today for someone else. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.